What is going on, everyone? We are live. Man, that game was way too close for comfort. Okay, way too close for comfort. Here, let me set this down, even this out. There we go. Yeah, that was, whew. Hey, we got the win. That's all that matters. But man, that was not how this game should have went, right? Based on how we were up 14, we got to stop losing leads and all that stuff. We got to be able to maintain it. And then even at the end, like, ooh, that was quite the sequence, right? I mean, LeBron almost turns the ball over, almost loses the ball. Luckily, he gets it back, and then you have Thomas Bryant right there, wide open for the easy dunk, put it away. Kuz, he was trying to be the hero and stuff, but man, that was way too close for comfort. Way too close for comfort. But like I said, we got the win, and at the end of the day, that's all that matters. LeBron was great tonight. 33 points. He had 0 turnovers, so luckily that last play wasn't the turnover that he would have gotten. But yeah, 33 points, 1 rebound, 9 assists, and 7 rebounds. So he almost had a triple double. Russ, had 9, 8, and 9. So he was close to a triple double right there. He's got to start finishing more. You know what I mean? Like he really does. Especially without Anthony Davis, we need him to shoot better than 33% from the field. He was still solid, still good. But we need him to step up more. Max Christie coming in hot, playing defense, giving us 8 points off the bench, 23 minutes, but was just solid, just stout all around. Dennis Schroeder, he had 12 points, 7 assists, and 2 rebounds. So he had a nice little game, but he fouled out. Austin Reeves, Mr. Clutch Reeves, stepping up really big for the Lakers. And then Thomas Bryant with the double-double, 16 and 10. So yeah, that was nice. And then of course, Lonnie Walker, putting in that 21 piece. So I love it. I love it. My foot hurts. I feel it. Let's go, Bryant. Yes, he was fantastic. Damian Jones was solid tonight too. Like, he played 16 minutes. He was 4-6, and contributed with 8 points. He had a block. He was everywhere. I even liked when they were running Damian Jones and Thomas Bryant together. I'd like to see that a little more too. But in general, solid move, solid game. I really like what we saw from a lot of guys. Guys are stepping up. Guys are looking good, and that's all we could ask for, right? So hopefully that continues. I'm just way too old for this. Believe me, I feel it. This was tough. This was tough, no doubt. What else? We need to make a trade tonight. Russ is inconsistent. We're paying him $47 million for this. What are you supposed to? That's the problem, though. Like, everyone wants a trade right now. You got to understand, like, it doesn't work like that. I would love to see some type of trade. Lakers make a move. I'd love, Russell Westbrook for, Kevin Durant. I'm not saying that that's what you're saying here, but I'm saying, like, so many people made so many comments where people are like, Lakers need to make a trade now. Lakers need to make a trade now. Do this now. Do that now. Problem is that, like, it would be nice if Rob could just call up and just be like, hey, we're going to give you this and you're going to give us that. Cool? Good? All right. Fortunately, it doesn't work like that. And now that Anthony Davis is out, the price has gone up for all trades because teams know, like, oh, you're desperate. There's a lot of things that go into play with trades. I would love for things to make a trade. I'd love for guys to make a trade. Russ is as far as like scoring wise, yes, would we like him to be better? Sure. But he is consistent. I mean, he's the guy that's giving us all the assists, making all the plays, he's playing solid defense. There's more to consistency than just scoring. And I think a lot of people look at his box score and look at his scoring and go, oh man, we're paying him 40. Like, would it be nice to pay him $20 million? Sure. But unfortunately, his contract is his contract, $47 million. And he's still productive out there. And if we can get something, if there's something on the table that we could make a trade and, get some solid pieces for Russ that make sense, then sure. But you can't just trade him just to trade him. You know what I mean? Way too close, man. I agree. Man, seriously. Good win, but we aren't beating good teams like that. Got to get someone that can get us 30 with LeBron, or just somebody that can score more than like 10 points outside of LeBron. 33 points for LeBron James. I don't know what Russ was doing tonight, but LeBron carried this team on his back again tonight. ball goes to the GOAT. Yeah, he was fantastic. LeBron carried. Yeah, he was fantastic. Credit to Russ. Blew a 9-point lead, 2-minute span late in the third. Can't understand why he was benched late in the fourth. Yeah, he didn't have the best game in the world, but he still does a lot. He's still playmaking. He's still, he's playing defense, stuff like that. Would I like him to score more? Absolutely. Like I said earlier, he's got to do better, especially without Anthony Davis. He's got to do better than 33% from the field and 9 points. He has to. I'm not saying he has to give us 30, but now it just look, I'd rather him, if he can just find a balance, give us, 15 points and like 8 to 10 assists. Like that's perfect. Because then that's, 30 points of production or whatever, at least minimum, if not more. So that's what we need. Thomas Bryant clutch. Thomas Bryant was great tonight. I know your heart. I feel it. Now it's time for the Magic trade. Who would we give up in the trade to get done? I don't know. I mean, it depends on what there is. If they're willing to even trade right now. They're on like a 7-game win streak, something like that. They just won again today. So would they be willing to trade? Or are they fine staying pat with the team that they have? I don't know. We'll have to see how it goes. It's a W in the NBA without the second best player. Yes, agreed. Russ was looking like hot garbage. Not to hate on him or anything, but we were up double digits multiple times. But when Russ comes in the lead, gets dissolved in like 1 or 2 minutes. I mean, he's not out there alone. You got to keep in mind, like he was running, Darvin Ham was running units with Russ, Damian Jones, Max Christie, Troy Brown, and like Lonnie or Reeves or whoever. Like Russ can only do so much, like he can only, like it's not just that, it's the lineups. Like, who's shooting, who's scoring, who's doing all those things. You got to look at things in perspective. Like, would we like Russ to score 30? Sure, I would. But, like when he's out there with a bunch of guys that probably shouldn't even be playing, it's like, what is Russ supposed to do? They're just packing the paint because they know Troy Brown can't shoot. They know Damian Jones can't shoot. They know, Max Christie, yeah, he could hit and he could get hot and stuff like that, which he's been great since he came back. But, like, again, you got to look at everything in context. Russ is not a champion star. Bron did. He carried it. LeBron was fantastic tonight. And we need this LeBron. Lost AR tonight. No, AR was fine. He definitely hurt his ankle, but he hit those clutch buckets in the fourth quarter for us. He was huge. Russ was solid playmaking and passing wise, but teams literally were just leaving him open. Yeah, they've always done that, and he couldn't score the ball. His lack of shooting hurt so much. It really does. Absolutely. There's no denying that. Like, I'm not saying like, Russ, if Russ's shot just fell, he was shooting great in the beginning of the season, and then it just kind of like fell off. But hey, you gotta take the good with the bad. I'm a Russ fan, but to be honest, thank God Ham took him out. I'm happy that he did too. He didn't have it tonight. You know what I mean? Like, if he doesn't have it, he doesn't have it. If he's playing great, play him. If he's playing poorly or mediocre, sit him. As long as we get the win, that is all I care about. How about Thomas Bryant? Thomas Bryant, love it. 2 threes in the fourth was huge. Absolutely, he was huge. I'm telling you, Thomas Bryant is shown he needs consistent minutes. He needs real minutes. He has been huge for us in every game Anthony Davis hasn't played. Even the games Anthony Davis plays, when he plays like 10 minutes, he still gets you like 8 points. He's fantastic. You still trying to keep Russ? Yeah, of course. Like, you can't just trade Russ to trade Russ. Russ is still giving you production. He's still the primary playmaker. He's the guy, and a lot of Anthony Davis's success is on Russell Westbrook. He's leading the charge in the second unit. Does he have good games? Yes. Does he have bad games? Yes. It's part of the thing. But you can't just trade Russ to trade Russ. Because one, salary space. Like, are you trading Russ for Julius Randle and Evan Fournier? Like, come on, it kills all your salary cap. Nothing. If there's a right deal on the table, take it. I've always said that. There's a right deal on the table, make the move, make the trade, if it makes sense, right? But if it's just hey, let's trade Russell Westbrook to trade Russell Westbrook, it's silly. It makes no sense. Gonna need a better effort against the Suns, but can someone tell me what is happening in the halftime locker room? Dude, I don't know. I have no idea. Every game almost. It's like we go into the half and we come out and it's like we're a completely different team. Everything. It's mind blowing to me. Mind blowing to me. But yeah, nice to see Lonnie stepping back up. He was a little quiet the last two games. He was, but again, everyone has good games. Everyone has bad games. But Lonnie with a huge step up. I loved it. I loved it. Well, that was stressful to say the least, right? That was very stressful, very stressful. AR-15 is like Alex Caruso. He showed how important he is when he went out. The D fell apart. Dude, he's better than Alex Caruso, hands down. He's AR-15. That dude is the man. Damian was a little lost on defense, but was feasting with those lobs. Russ set him up well. Yes, but to his defense, it's kind of hard to get into a flow and a rhythm and build chemistry and stuff when you never play, like ever. And then you're asked to play, 15, 20 minutes. And it's like you're expected to be this like filler in. And I thought he was great tonight. The last few times he's looked terrible. It's like, take him off the court. Maybe we should go small. But this game, I really liked what I saw from him. Really liked what I saw from him. Man, LeBron James stepped up. Stepped on his weenie big time. Yeah, seriously. I don't know what Russ needs to do. Maybe attend a youth Curry shooting camp. He's never going to be a good shooter. He is who he is. You know who he is. And the issue is, like, he would be great if we had shooters, right? Like, if we had, like, 3 or 4 shooters, you run Russ with, like, 3 or 4 guys that could shoot the ball, Russ would be fantastic. Problem is it's hard for Russ because he can't shoot. It's hard for him to score because teams just pack the paint and he has to try to finagle through all this contact and all these bodies to try to score. So it's hard. If we get shooting, like if we could get like 1 or 2 shooters and keep Russ, I think if you put him, like put those 2 shooters, AR-15 and like Max Christie with like Thomas Bryant with around Russ, I think you'd see a better Russ. I think Russ would score more. I think he'd have the same amount of assists, but it's hard when your teams, like when there's no shooting out on the floor and teams are just packing the paint and Russ has got to try to figure it out. Max did do great. He was fantastic. Bryant with the poster, multiple threes, him thinking he's go, dude, I will take that. That performance was fantastic. Russ was trash tonight. That's why he wrote fine. Yes, I have no problems with them sitting him. Was Patrick Beverley a healthy scratch? No, I don't remember exactly what it was, but they had the report that he wasn't playing earlier tonight. Done with this team, free Russ. And of our first 80 and our first for KD. I mean, I wouldn't be against it, but I don't know if they would do that. Are we sure LeBron is human? I don't know, Doug. Nah, for real. But LeBron cared us. Dude, LeBron at this age doing what he's doing is just, it's unbelievable. Unbelievable. Like that dude is just, he's on another level. He's on another planet, man. We've never seen something like this, ever. Reeves got that Mamba in him. Yes, facts. Sai, we need to drop this trade subject, to be honest. We are beating a dead dinosaur carcass with the trading topics. Jesus, we need to focus on tools we have in the hand now. I mean, the problem is a tough spot to be in, right? We definitely need a trade. We definitely could use a trade, but it just depends on what's out there. People saying we need to trade Russ, like we can snap our fingers and get a trade that benefits it. Exactly. You can't just trade Russ just to trade Russ. Again, if there's a right deal on the table that makes sense, sure, go do it. I don't think Russ was as bad tonight as people are trying to make it out to seem. Like, I don't think he was great, but he did his job. I mean, and he played what? How many minutes did he play? He played what? He played 22, just under 23 minutes. He was 33% from the floor. That sucks. I would have liked a little better from that. And he was 1 for 4 from the free throw line. That sucks. But he still gave us 9 rebounds, 2 offensive rebounds, 8 assists, and 9 points. So let's say all of the assists were 2 points. He equated for 24, let's call it almost 30 points, 27 to 30 points Russ equated for. Like, that's value. That's something. He's productive. That's That's basically Anthony Davis's point total. You know what I mean? Like, you got to look at the whole picture, and look, if there's a deal that makes sense, take it. If there's not, then don't. Like, you're better off keeping the cap space and seeing what you can do. Can we get rid of AD? It's too much to deal with being in the pines and needles every game, wondering if he gets hurt. 2 stars or a great player. The problem is you're never going to get fair value for AD, especially right now, because what team is trading for AD right now when they can't play him for a month? You're not going to get value for him right now, and you're still good enough to be in a position for success. So anyone know update on Swider? Swider was the best shooter coming into the season until he got hurt. If he improves like Christie, oh boy, 6'9" Wayne Swider looks great. Yeah, as far as I know, there hasn't been he got injured, and there hasn't been any injury updates as far as I'm aware. Russ had 9, 8, and 8 in 22 minutes. Okay, I'll talk about. Yeah, I'm saying like he did his part. Would it have been nice for him to go and get 20? Absolutely. I again, 33% from the field, not ideal. 1 for 4 from the free throw line, not ideal. But the guy equated for like 27 to 30 points minimum, right? I mean, even if you're just going off of, let's say every assist was 2 points, that's 16 points right there, plus 9 points he scored. That's 25 points of production that he gave you. Nets are 9-1 in the last 10 for 2 live streams now. Trey talks about Kyrie and KD. Why? Yeah, I don't. That's why I stopped talking about KD and Kyrie, because I just don't see it. Hey, Tyler, it is getting risque. I said Bron don't shoot a 3. Then I thought he turned it over. Then I thought Kuz was going to drop the 3 on him. Bron had a crazy sequence there. He did. But hey, we got the win. That's all that matters. I will take it. LeBron carried tonight. I get so mad watching the other teams double Bron, and our role players aren't good enough to hit wide open threes to help out. Happens multiple times. Yeah, I still say we get a piece. Personally, if it was me, I would obviously, again, can't force a trade. But if it was me, I would do a deal that you would do with AD. Don't go do a deal on the assumption that AD's hurt, right? Because AD's going to come back eventually. So do a deal, like go get Bojan Bogdanovic, right? Because that's a deal that you were going to make regardless. I'm not saying they can. I'm not saying they will. I'm not saying anything like that. But I'm saying make a trade that you believe makes you better with Anthony Davis, right? And then when those pieces come in, hopefully you can weather the storm, get some wins. Then when AD comes back, now you're off to the races, and now you're a legit team. That's the goal. That's what I would hope for. 9, 9, and 8, yeah. Dude, he had one sequence, got blocked, fouled someone for an and one, then got blocked again, then turned it over, then got benched. Like I said, he wasn't perfect. Everyone, LeBron lucked his way into it. Sequences happen. Bad moments happen. It's what was productive throughout the game. What lineups was he with? Again, he wasn't running out there with Austin Reeves, Walker, Thomas Bryant, all of our best guys. He was running out there with Max Christie, Damian Jones, Troy Brown, Austin Reeves from time to time. He can only do so much, Glad we get the W, but man, we need more help without AD. Agree. We definitely need more help without AD. No matter how bad Russ may seem, the one positive is that guy like Jones and Bryant wouldn't have been as good tonight without him. Exactly. He has his bright spots. Like I said, he wasn't perfect. I'm not trying to say he had a great night and he was Mr. Triple-double and all that stuff. It wasn't that. He played a perfect game against Denver. We need more of those games from Russell Westbrook. Just fantastic, right? This game was a little rough, but he still was productive. He still equated for bare minimum 25 points. It was probably over 30 points, which is basically Anthony Davis's point total, right? So if Anthony Davis had a 30-point game tonight, Russ just gave you that through assists and points and just production, all of that stuff. Also, we got to get used to a new rotation now since AD is out. It's got to make new rotation chemistry. Exactly. What's going on, Speedy? How are you? Appreciate you being here. Christie needs to take Beverly's minutes. Facts. Look, I hope they do not start Patrick. I love the starting lineup tonight. I wouldn't even be against keeping AR on the bench and having Christie start. And I know some people are going to say, no way. But here's the thing. We need bench production, and that was something we saw tonight. All of our best players started tonight, and then Russ came in and he ran with a bunch of like nobodies, right? Guys that probably shouldn't even be playing, and it hurt. And every time that happened, the other team went on runs because we didn't have anybody else other than Russ to try to generate buckets or assists or whatever, and that's hard, right? So we need to figure out a rotation to where we have some nice balance. That's why I wouldn't mind Christie, because you get the defense, and he's been able to knock down shots the last few games. So if that can continue, then he may be able to give you the same production that AR's been giving you in the starting lineup. And then you have AR and Russ. So now Russ at least has that one go-to shooter and a guy that can create outside of him. That could be huge and productive as well. Now's a good time to try Huff. We're too thin. Either play Huff or let Man go, because we had him way too long. The problem is, and the reason like nobody's rushed to sign up, because look, he's in the G League, so any team could go sign him. The reason for that is when Huff has played NBA minutes, he's terrible. Like, he looks lost out there. Like, he looks like he doesn't know what to do. Even last year, they brought Huff in for a couple games and tried to work him out, and he was lost. If you go watch the preseason games that he played, when he played, he was lost. Couldn't defend anybody. He'd get the ball, he'd almost panic. Like, he's not NBA ready. He's not. I love Huff. I think Huff is great. He is killing it in the G League. The G League is not the NBA. It's just not. I made a video earlier today. Go check it out when you all have some time, if you haven't seen it yet. But I made a video about Hassan Whiteside. I really think that the Lakers should take a look at Whiteside. I think he solves a lot of our needs and gives us a different look, right? Shot blocker, rebounder, that'd be fantastic. Lob threat. He's a guy that is out there on the market that you could go get, that could come in and kind of be that shot blocking role. Not just that, a lot of people want, a Miles Turner, Anthony Davis, big man lineup. You get a lot of the same thing with Hassan Whiteside. That shot blocking big that can rebound. So you can even keep him and allow him to start if you wanted to. And it doesn't cost anything. It doesn't hurt. Worst case scenario, it doesn't work out. You give him an Exhibit 10. You basically go the route that you did with Stanley Johnson. Exhibit 10. Okay, he's working. He's great. Let's sign him to a contract. Boom. There you go. He's good. If it doesn't work, just let him go. And it's no big deal. And then maybe you can weather the storm until Anthony Davis comes back, right? If he does work, you sign him. And now you got that shot blocking big that can come in, rebound. Obviously, he doesn't have the shooting that Miles Turner does, but he at least can rebound and block shots, which the Lakers really need, right? Especially on the defensive end. And he's also a really good help defender, which is what we need. Help defenders. At the end of the day, we can always count on Reeves and LeBron. Yes, facts. Because if we didn't have Reeves and LeBron, we're getting blown out. Yeah, facts. Reeves is a real one. Why didn't Pat Bev play? He was out due to injury tonight. Yo, mad at Russ when Darvin Ham played most of his minutes with Damian Jones. So that's my point exactly. Like, look, did Russ have a perfect game? Absolutely not. But you got to look at who he had out there. He was literally it. You're counting on him to create and make buckets when you're surrounding him with Damian Jones, Max Christie, which he did have a couple nice moments with Max Christie, stuff like that. But it's just, he can only do so much. He can only do so much. They got to find a better balance of lineups for him and LeBron to be effective. The thing is, we hope for Russ to find a balance of scoring and passing, but he isn't able to score well. He tried to get into the paint, and Wizards have height, so he was getting swatted and missing. Yeah, because the problem is he can't shoot, right? So he can't spread the floor, and teams can't challenge him, right? So what he does is he sits there, teams let him go, and then he tries to get ahead of steam and get up, but everyone's already packed. So it makes it difficult. It makes it challenging. That's why he goes, 4-12 from the field, stuff like that. When you said Christie was our best on-ball defender, you were right. Pat Bev and none can go after same night. Well, thank you. I have said that repeatedly. I said that in preseason. In preseason, I was watching him, and in Summer League, I was like, I did, because I had my first video about him after Summer League. And I said he might be our best all on ball defender, and he'll get minutes because of his defense. I have the receipts on this channel. You can go check. And I mean, dude, just watching that guy, his closeouts, the way he stays in front of the guy, the way he recovers, right? There was a play, a sequence where Max Christie was fighting over a screen. The guy swung the ball. He was wide open. I don't remember who the player was, but he's wide open in the corner. Max Christie runs, uses his length, flies sideways, and it just threw the guy's shot off. And he was like on the other side of the court, but he was the only one that was willing to close out. Everyone else was just standing there watching the dude shoot, except for Christie. That kid, I'm telling you, if he continues to develop in the way he is and builds that confidence and gets that, grown man body, because he's still got that little kid body, he's 19 years old. But if he builds that grown man body and he can start being like a consistent scorer, that dude might be our guy for the next 10 plus years. Right. And it's so funny because everyone always, calls him little Kobe, like I always see comments where people like, if he shaved his head, he'd be Kobe. Because he does look like Kobe. He's like our new Kobe, but he has a long way to go before he gets there. But it is kind of funny to see it. He does need to give us 30. Tyler, he's making $47 million. I don't care. Or he should be playing. He should be playing perfect. I did notice he wasn't in at the end and was off the bench. What was up with him in the fourth quarter? It's just he wasn't having the greatest game. Like I said, if you're not having a good game, don't do it. But here's the other thing too, and this is something that I feel a lot of people need to understand as well. Like again, we can't. I know we want Russell Westbrook to be OKC Russell Westbrook because he's making $47 million, but that's not his role with the Lakers, and that's something I think a lot of people don't acknowledge when it comes to Russell Westbrook. The Lakers don't want him to be Russell Westbrook. They want him to be a well-balanced, 10, 10, and 10 Russell Westbrook. That's what they want. And that's the role he's playing. That's why, like, so many people are like, you're too kind to Russ. You don't, you stick up for Russ too much. Or, you're just a Russ lover or whatever. And it's not that. It's understanding the role that Russell Westbrook is playing. He's not playing give me 30, 20, and 20. That's just not what they want him to do. Because you have LeBron James, you have Anthony Davis, you have guys like that. And so Russ's job is to get 10 to 12 points, 8 to 10 rebounds, and 8 to 10 assists. That's his role, and that's the role he's been playing. And so that's something I really feel that people need to understand. You know what I mean? Like, people need to understand that Russ's role is not what it was in Houston or in OKC or, in Washington or whatever. They needed him to be a 20-point triple-double a night guy. The Lakers don't. The Lakers want him to be exactly what he is. And that's a 10, 10, and 10 guy. And, as poorly as he played tonight, he still gave us that. Bev saying his legs for probably tomorrow. Yeah, maybe. That could be a real possibility. Considering we have big men to rebound, do you think Russ should take his energy away from rebounding and focus more on scoring efficiently or focus on less turnovers? I think rebounding is burning him out. We need him to rebound, though. That's the problem. Like, Russ wasn't really rebounding in the beginning of the season, and we were like second to the bottom in rebounding. We were terrible. We've actually climbed the ladder since Russ started rebounding because we need him to. We just don't have the size to go up and get rebounds. And we're not the best rebounding team already. Christie needs to take Bev's spot. Facts. Russ had 9, 8, and 8 with G League lineup around him, and these clowns blaming Russ. Yeah, agree. It's not excuses for us. It's the reality. He's supposed to just take over dead ass. It's tough. Tell me one shot you expect Westbrook to reliably hit. One shot where you feel like, I feel good about this one. There isn't one because he's not a shooter. I don't put unrealistic expectations on him. I understand his role and I understand what he's capable of doing and not doing. You know what I mean? He's never going to be the guy that people want. Like, people want him to turn into Steph Curry. He's never going to be that guy. He's just not. If you're getting paid like five guys, You should be worth 5 guys, mate. I understand that, but he didn't sign the contract and he didn't trade for himself. The Lakers went and did what they did for whatever reason that they did to alleviate LeBron. Like Russ just signed the contract that was offered to him 5 years ago or whatever it was, right? And then the Lakers decided to trade their entire roster to go get him. That's not Russ's fault. Like people act like Russ just came to the Lakers and was like, "You're going to give me $47 million." No, I don't want to. I don't care. You're going to give me $47 million. Hey, no, I'm going to sit out. Like his role is his role. His contract is his contract. And the Lakers traded for him. Like none of that is Russ's fault, and we need to keep that as is. Exactly. Imagine how Russ and Bron would look with action. Good role players, like you said. Chrissy, Troy Brown, Damian Jones are not great, and I understand Russ was working with garbage pretty much. Yeah, and that's the thing. Again, I'm not saying Russ had a great game by any means, by any stretch, but he can only do so much. Even LeBron, like if you put LeBron out there with those guys, he can only do so much. Like LeBron wasn't playing with those lineups. LeBron was playing with all the good guys, right? So of course, he's able to play better and look better and get to the basket easier and all that stuff. Like we need more talent. That's the problem. We don't have talent. Like Troy Brown, I love Troy Brown, but he's a guy that he's supposed to be your like 15th man, not your 7th man. Like that's the issue we're in right now. Crazy how coming into the season, Bev and Nunn were our best 3-point shooters. Now they are the worst 3-point shooters and the most tradable. Seriously, it really is. It's amazing. AR grinded it out and hit the 2-2s yet. Always fantastic 20 season. Yeah, that guy is, man, that dude is something else. Seriously. Honestly, the only ones that seem totally useless is Nunn and JTA. Even Damian showed his worth. I hope we get Cam and Fournier if we trade, because we need cheap guys without giving up key players. Yeah, we need something. We definitely do. We definitely need some more guys. Yeah, I mean, look, Damian Jones, again, it's hard. It's hard to be a consistent player when you don't get a consistent chance. You know what I mean? Like, he sits for months, and then it's like, oh, we need you to come in and be the best guy. We need you to come in and now be this guy again. And it's like, he's only one man. He's only a guy that can do what he can do, that he's capable of doing. And I do think he showed his worth. Bro, Russ is getting $47 million. We need him to at least finish at the rim. If he can just do that, he'll be averaging around 20 a game. That's it. Trade him. Look, I agree. He needs to be more productive, but we can get at least 3 productive players for Russ. We can, but does that mean we will? Again, it's not up to the Lakers. It's not up to Rob Pelinka. I see the comments over and over again where people are like, hey, trade Russ and go get these 3 guys. If only it was that easy. If only the Lakers could just call the Hornets and say, hey, we're giving you Russ for Terry Rozier, PJ Washington, and Kelly Oubre. Good. Done. We'll even give you 1 first for your contribution. Right? Like, if only we could do that. But it doesn't work like that. And it's, everyone wants like Russ to be traded tomorrow. And it's like, how? We can't, like, teams aren't in a rush to trade right now. We're still 2 months from the trade deadline. So there's still a lot of time between now and the trade deadline, and teams aren't in a rush. And you know what teams are doing right now? They're charging a premium, right? Like, take the Bojan Bogdanović trade. The Lakers offered a 1st-round pick for just Bojan. They wouldn't even do that to the Jazz. But they realized, like, oh, he's great. We need him. Let's go get him. And what did the Detroit Pistons say? Oh, hey, well, it's going to be an unprotected first because we don't have to trade him. We don't want to trade him. We don't have to trade him right now. You're still going to give us that protected first at the trade deadline. So we'll just wait. And if you want him now, you need to give us an unprotected first. We're not going to do it for a protected first. Like, that's the issue we're in. And now we don't have AD. So now we don't have like we don't need to make a trade. We just want to make a trade. Now it's like we need to make a trade. So now, Bojan, if you're the Pistons, now it's 2 unprotected. You want Bojan? 2 unprotected first. You know, like, whew, what else are you going to do? You don't have Anthony Davis. Are you going to ride out the storm? What are you going to do? You know, like, that's the problem that the Lakers are in. They don't have any choices. They don't have anything. And so at this point, you're better off just waiting and riding it out. Watch Russ show out tomorrow. When does Winning Gabriel come back? When does JTA come back? I'm not sure. We haven't had any updates from what I've seen. So hopefully soon. Doubt you be saying the same thing about Russ if we lose this game. I would absolutely be saying the same thing about Russ. He wasn't great. Russ wasn't even in the fourth quarter, the end of the fourth quarter. So if we lost this game, it's not because of Russ. You know, it's because of the other guys. We had the lead when Russ went out the game. Darvin Ham rotation sucked. I mean, it's hard when you only have 5 guys that you can really play. Chrissy needs minutes over Beverly. Yes, facts. I honestly forgot none is even on the roster sometimes. Talk about a waste of a roster spot, preseason fluke. Seriously. I would say LeBron is always good. LeBron, guys, but he's doing most of what he's supposed to do. Yeah, I mean, LeBron's had some rough games this year. Don't get me wrong. Russ has had some tough games this year, LeBron has had some tough games this year, but he's stepped up big when we needed him. And he's kind of gotten back into the flow of things. I don't know. Maybe it really was that ankle injury. But whatever it was, he's corrected it. And he didn't launch a bunch of threes tonight, all that stuff. So that's good too. TB needs to play the 5 and start AD. Just see what it looks like. I don't mind them doing that on a couple occasions. LeBron, 37 minutes, 0 turnovers. Yeah, he was fantastic. I hope Russ sits tomorrow just to remind y'all he's going to disrespect feeling in the comments. Laker fans want Russ to play like LeBron. Tyler, y'all got to understand Russ ain't going to be great every night. He ain't a superstar like LeBron. Exactly. He's not. He's going to have his good games. He's going to have his bad games. It's just how it works. People, please remember there's 82 games. You're not going to play great all 82 games like this isn't fantasy. Exactly. Yes, thank you so much, Emily. Like, share, and subscribe. Yes, please. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please hit that subscribe button. We're trying to get to 7K by the end of the year. That would be fantastic. I'm trying to get to 7K. I am only one person. But yeah, I am at 6538. So we're almost there. We need 462? So hit that subscribe button. We got 125 of you beautiful people in the stream. I'd really appreciate it. Take the time to hit the like button too. It only takes a second. And I'd be very thankful. How about Sadiq Bey or Cam Reddish? I would love it. If we can find a way to get them, let's go get them. Russ offset the good with too much bad, in my opinion. It's a 4 versus 5 on offense. You're putting so much on other players. But you can make the argument the other way. Right? If we had shooting and we had guys that could reliably score and you could count on, then Russ would be more effective. Right? Like, a lot of the issue is we don't have a roster that's built for Russell Westbrook. Like, Russell Westbrook has always been like LeBron in the sense of, like, you put shooters, like, if Russ was on say Dallas, or he was on like the Nets, Russ would be a monster. He would probably be a 30-point triple-double a night guy because they have just nothing but shooters, right? So Russ would have the paint freely. He'd be able to kick out to guys. It's hard when you're just basically the team's game plan is to just stop your one option. And there's nothing you can do because you don't have anyone else that you can count on to prevent that, right? Like, if we had 3 or 4 guys, like if we went and got like 3 shooters, right? Like 3 consistent shooters, I'm telling you, you would see a more productive Russ because he wouldn't have to fight over 4 guys for 90% of his shots. I would do the Spurs deal, Pirtle, Richardson, and McDermott. That way, that would be way more productive than Russ for us. I would love that too. And if they could do that, I'd be all for it. Question is, will they? Kuz looking great rebounding out there. Could use him. Yes, I agree. Kuz would be fantastic. I told you what happens come third quarter. They play too loose, change the pace. Tempo, watch the games. You can see it. Yeah, it's just they got to pick it up. AR-15 better than Caruso. Facts. Chrissy tried to hold his own against Beal. I ain't knocking him. Beal is crazy offensively, and that one bull that was getting the putback rebounds. Scary's like, yeah, for real, yeah. Hey, he's doing his best out there. Like I said, he still hasn't even gotten his grown man body. He's like, give him some time. That dude gets some size and some muscle on him. Whew, I'm talking like Tony Allen level defense. We needed this win. No, without overtime, we got to play them Phoenix front runners tomorrow. I can't have Braun tired. Agreed. I'm glad we were able to close this out. Russ needs to work on his hands. Honestly, he misses way too many easy layups. Yeah, but again, a lot of it is he's fighting over 5 guys, because they're packing the paint. He's not getting. Don't get me wrong. He has missed wide open layups, but a lot of it he's fighting through contact to try to finish, and it makes it harder. None for Reddish, and then Patrick Beverly for Alec Burke would make sense. Yeah, I wouldn't mind that either. Fax Coos was getting crazy on the rebounds too. Yeah, he was great. How can you be in the league this long and can't shoot? I never understood that, because he is great at everything else. He has been fantastic on every team he's been on. Even Houston, they were able to figure it out. But yeah, and then they just ran into the Lakers that won a championship. And a lot of like big analysts believe that Houston was going to beat the Lakers that year. They started getting rebounds when Russ was out. He had 9 rebounds. Yeah. He's a huge reason we turned it around rebounding wise. Anytime Russ goes bank, he scores every time. That's just stubborn arrogance. Call Duncan for instructions, right? Hit him up. Get the bank in. Now it's time to trade none. And Pat Bev, Max Christie is giving the Lakers none. Should provide. Agree. He makes them expendable. TB and Schroeder connection off the mismatch with Porzingis Cash. Yes. Schroeder's starting to come into his own a little bit. So yeah, Cash every time. Yes. Pat Bev being hurt was kind of a blessing. Now we didn't have to watch Ham try to match him up with Kuz. Let him drop 30 at back. LeBron hustle on last play when he lost the ball was huge, and Diamond DB. Yeah, I'm glad he didn't just say, man, like, I'm glad he fought for that, because that could have went ugly real quick. He does add energy, and that's huge. Like, how many games have we been down like 14-4, and Russ comes in and we immediately go on a run and we regain the lead? It's happened a lot this year because Russ gives you that energy. It gives you a different look from everyone else. Like, there's a lot to Russ that is really good. What's good about the Lakers this season is I feel more comfortable with either LeBron or AD out. We can still win games. Yeah, agreed. Great. Should the Lakers sign DeMarcus Cousins? Personally, I don't think so. A couple reasons. One, he can't stay healthy. And 2, he can't really play more than like 10, 15 minutes. Like, that was his problem in Denver too. Like, they needed him to play more minutes and he just couldn't, because he gets tired, he gets injured, all things like that. It's just, he's a big body who would be great. Don't get me wrong, but you can't really count on him. Somebody just can't shoot, man. That's a pure skill. Yeah. Just like anything else. We won. Who cares? Yes. Agreed. Say what you want. LeBron James gave up the rock in the middle of the court, game on the line, stepped up his win. Yeah, facts. Stepped on his win. Yeah. Russ had an off night. He's good, outweighs his bad as a 6-man. Exactly. As a 6-man. The thing is, so many people get caught up on the $47 million, and you just can't. Again, it's not his fault. It's not his responsibility. Like, the Lakers made their decision. And the thing is with Russ is he is perfect from what we need for the 6-man. He will likely win 6-man of the year with his production right now. Like, every team in the league would take Russ right now off the bench. Even the Warriors would take Russ off the bench right now. Problem is he's making $47 million, and that's what people get hung up on. But his role is the 6-man. His role is to be playmaker when LeBron is off the court. That's what he's doing. That's why I can't get on Russ as much as people like to. And the problem is that so many people are wishy-washy with it. Russ plays great. Russ is the best player. MVP chance. Russ is this. Russ is that. And then Russ has a bad game, and it's like, trade Russ. Russ sucks. He's making $47 million. All that stuff. And it's like, what has his body of work been doing all season? He's been so consistent all season. He's been ever since he came off the bench, we've been a winning team. Like, literally. Like, He's a huge cause of it. He's a huge reason for Anthony Davis's resurgence. He's a huge reason why we're winning games and why we're in games. I mean, he's made a lot of big plays for us that have led to winning games. Like, you're going to have bad moments. Everyone has bad moments. LeBron had a bad moment that almost cost us the game, but he was able to pull it out, get the assist, and we ended up winning. Like, there's bad moments, there's bad sequences, there's bad quarters, there's bad everything. It's an 82-game season. It's a long, long, long basketball season. As much as I hate to say it and advocate against doing this, I think Lakers shouldn't trade and should just punt the season. Lakers going to drop so many games without AD. Don't make the playoffs, in my opinion. I don't know, because you're not that far from the plan, right? And that's a big thing too. Like, you're not far from the plan, and even if the Lakers over the next 13 games or 12 games or whatever, even if they go 6-6 or say 5-7 or something like that, you're still there. It just comes down to what Rob Pelinka looks at. Does he look at this as okay, we really need a trade, or does this look at no, we should just punt the season? I just think it's going to come down to Rob, I think, is doing his due diligence, and I think it's going to come down to how does this team weather the storm. If we can stay, within a couple games of 500, I think Rob will make a deal when a deal's on the table. May coming in hot with the $5 super chat. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Fat man with red suit with 12 little angry dudes with a green suit messed me up real bad. So I called lawyer Jacob Emerini. Thanks for your dedication. This for you. Well, thank you. And I'm sorry you had to take a beating from yesterday. Sometimes they come back with friends. Sometimes they have brothers, siblings, whatever. I appreciate you. Thank you so much, May. That was awesome. You guys are awesome. Seriously, I appreciate you. Problem with Swider is that he just wasn't good and needs time in the G League. He isn't as developed as Chrissy yet. Maybe in the future, who knows? Yeah, I agree with that. He is. He gets lost. But if anyone else had 9, 9, 8, 1 block, and 1 steal in 22 minutes, these clowns would be right in. It's true. Swider is a traffic cone on defense, unplayable like Duncan Robinson. Yeah, exactly. He's one of those guys, he either has to shoot the lights out or you can't really play him. Give a replacement player Russ minutes, and then let's see. You have to account for his live ball turnovers. He had, 3 turnovers? He's averaging 3 turnovers a game. Even last year, even the last, LeBron has the same, if you equate it to games played, because Russ has played pretty much every game the last 2 seasons, even this season, LeBron has almost as many turnovers as Russ. High usage players just turn the ball over. You know who usually leads the league in turnovers is Luka Doncic, because he's just so high usage. When you have high usage, you turn the ball over. That's the thing. And Russ is still averaging a 3-to-1 assist to turnover ratio, which is Chris Paul level. People call Chris Paul the point guard, and he has one of the best assist to turnover ratios in the league in history. And Russ has been that. So that's what I'm saying. It's not as bad as people make it out to be. I mean, the entire team was flailing in the third quarter, not just Russ, but he was struggling out there for sure. Yeah, absolutely. Like I said, he wasn't perfect. I'm not trying to say he was a perfect player. I'm just saying it's not he's only one guy. He can only do so much. Since when does somebody on YouTube chat have too much to deal with when it comes to AD? Are you serious? Seek counseling. I feel like honestly, we should take a deep look at trading AD this year. He chanced to get something because he's 1 or 2 injuries away from becoming a liability. The problem, like I said, you're not going to get fair value. You're not going to get anything that's worth trading Russ or trading AD. Russ, fine, in the past. Yeah, he will definitely. Let's see. Live ball turnovers account for points too. Yes, absolutely. You don't want live ball turnovers, definitely. It showed tonight again. This coach is not NBA level body language speaks. It was LeBron James makes the call, even timeout. I mean, when you have LeBron James, you're going to trust LeBron James to make the decisions. I mean, it's LeBron James. Russ has a minus 51 on the season empty stats when the dude is on the floor. The Lakers are statistically much worse. That's not true at all. It's not true at all. minus 51, plus minus. There was a lot that goes in. That's why do you think like every legit analyst tells you don't look at plus minus, because plus minus does not tell the story. Like most of the time, who has the best plus minus? Who is I'm trying to think of his name. Usually the guys that have the best plus minuses in the league are the guys that play like 3 minutes a game, right? Plus minus is deceiving. There are games where a guy will play 2 minutes and have like a 0-0-0 stat line, and they'll be the only play. They'll be like a plus 20, and you're like, how did that happen? Plus minus does not tell everything. Does not tell the story at all. Do the Spurs deal and also give up unprotected pick for Bojan, Russ, bye. Hey, like I said, if the Spurs are willing to do it, if you could get because the beauty of like a Russ to the Spurs deal is you'd get Jakob Poeltl, Josh Richardson, Doug McDermott, and you'd get a trade exception. I have said all year long, that's the one deal I would do other than the Hornets deal. Spurs deal is the one deal I would do for Russell Westbrook. Like if it happened right now, just because you basically could get a 4-for-1 swap. So you're going to get Russ's production. My only concern would be the playmaking. I'm going to head out early on the stream because I got to be up in a few hours for school. Have a good night, bro. It was fun talking. As always, thank you so much, Nick. I really appreciate you. Thank you for hanging out with me. You're awesome as always. Have a good night and have a good school day. Buddy Hield is averaging 4 threes on 40%. Would be nice in LA. He would, absolutely. Defensively, though, he's terrible. You got to keep that in mind, too. I prefer Poeltl. He can play more games than AD. I like Jakob Poeltl a lot. I really do. I think here's the thing, and this is why I keep saying, like, I think the Lakers, like, if they're going to get a center, I think they should get Jakob Poeltl over Miles Turner. It's because Jakob Poeltl also wouldn't be upset coming off the bench or, not closing games. Like, if you have Miles Turner, you're going to have to start him every game, and he's going to want to play crunch time minutes, and you're going to go trade for him and pay him a bunch of money to do that, right? But we saw, even like the bubble year, like Dwight Howard and JaVale McGee had games where they didn't play, right? They had games where they came off the bench. They had games where they played limited minutes because AD, especially come the playoffs, you want AD at the 5. So getting a guy like Jakob Poeltl, you can start him next to AD if you wanted to, or you could have him, come off the bench if you wanted to. You have options is the point. I meant to say best chance to get someone this year to trade AD because he is 1 or 2 injuries away from being a liability and has no trade value. The problem is, like I said, right now, you're not going to – like who's going to trade for Anthony Davis right now that's going to give you real true value when they can't play him for a month, Russ has to go. Russ has to go. Say it with me. Russ has to go. I disagree. Facts. Let him know, Tyler. Braun almost messed up at the end, too. Y'all be biased in the comments. Facts over feelings. Exactly. That's my point. Like, we got to – the thing is, like, I feel – this is my opinion – I feel based on what I usually see in the comment section or chats or stuff like that is people want a scapegoat or people want to place blame on a specific person. And Russ is that person at times. I think that there's like Russ is the scapegoat. He was the scapegoat last year. He's the scapegoat this year. The guy's done everything you asked him to do. They wanted him to play defense. He plays defense, and he plays really good defense. He's one of the best at his position this year. Never played a lick of defense. Now is a legit defender. You wanted him to come off the bench. What does he do? Comes off the bench, and he does it great. He buys in. He fully invests. You don't want him to close out games. He sits on the bench, and he doesn't close out games, and he doesn't play. Every single thing you've asked this man to do, he's done, and he's embraced it, and he's done a great job doing it. Like, that's why. Like, I can't knock a guy when he's done everything. Him getting $47 million is not – he signed the contract. There's not one of you that wouldn't sign a $47 million contract. And like, what is he supposed to do? Like the Lakers traded. He didn't say, hey, I'm going to trade myself to the Lakers for Kyle Kuzma, Caldwell Pope. And like, he didn't do that. The Lakers did that, knowing that him and LeBron would probably be an issue and that they would need the shooting and they'd need all the things that they went and traded him for. Like, that's the thing. Like, look, would I love to have Kuzma, KCP, and all those guys right now because that's like the one thing we need? Yes, of course. But we're in the position we're in. So you might as well just embrace it and just accept the reality and be supportive, Tyler, we can say the same thing about LeBron because LeBron can only do so much. We all Laker fans get on him with his bad play. But when Russ does it, everyone hides and got to keep that energy. Not at all. I mean, I've criticized Russ. I've criticized LeBron when LeBron has a bad moment and Russ does it. But here's the thing. LeBron's role is not Russ's role. And LeBron James is arguably the greatest player ever. There's levels to this. Like, does anybody think at any point in Russell Westbrook's career he was anywhere close to LeBron James? Of course not. You can't be the greatest player ever and not have criticism and not be held to that standard. He is held to a higher standard than Russell Westbrook because he is that player. And whether it's year 38 or it's year 20 or he's 55 or he's 38, whatever it is, if he's playing and he's playing at a high productive level, he needs to be held to that standard. He's playing like he's still one of, if not the best players on the planet, right? Like, so when he has a bad moment or he has a bad game, he needs to be held accountable. That's what that's the difference. How far you go? Yeah. I mean, I think it just depends on the pieces. Like I said, I mean, Russ is very productive for the Lakers, but I think it depends on the pieces. Like if you get the right pieces, and not just that, you got to look at the future too. Like, is Russ going to be here after this season? Probably not. So if you could get a trade that makes sense for now and the future, then you probably got to do it. I don't know why y'all saying free Russ like he helped us win a championship. It's more like free LeBron and AD. They won us a championship, not Russ. I have no LeBron bias. Twice I've mentioned his stepping on his way with the game online. Yeah. Look, I don't have a LeBron bias too. I've said on numerous occasions, I think LeBron James is the greatest player to ever play the game of basketball. I really do. And yet he's not above being criticized. Nobody is. But again, it's the role. It's the standard. It's, there's factors to it. Man, I hope AR and Lonnie are okay for the next game. They looked all right after they came back, and AR was actually super clutch down the stretch. But I'm worried that it was just adrenaline, and they might not actually be healthy like they looked somewhat in the end of the game. I know we need them both. I really hope they both play. I really do. Otherwise, we're in trouble. Us or we haven't won or lost anything. So yeah, that's true. That's a good point. I do that too sometimes. I'll be like, but it's not we. It's the Lakers. None of us are playing for the Lakers. Every night, not going to be the same, but we need a trade or two. We need to move players that could help us on the team. Absolutely. I absolutely, wholeheartedly, 100% agree. We need a trade. We do. We need a trade. But again, it just depends on what's out there. Whiteside is solid. Also, no Harkless. I really want them to take a look at Whiteside. Facts, because Scottie Pippen Jr. out here averaging 35. I know he's killing it in the G League right now. Or not even necessarily okay for the next game. I just hope it's not severe for either of them. Hoping the fact that even continue to play good signs again could just be adrenaline. That's very true. That's very true. I'm sure we'll find out more tomorrow. LeBron got us here. I see they like running the fast break. Like to see LeBron on the block a lot more in half court. Yeah. We gotta do a better job in the half court. But the fast break, the push in, the run, and all that stuff, like that needs to continue and keep up as well. Let's see. Lakers should sign Boogie. They need a solid big on the roster. I'd rather them go after Whiteside. Boogie can't stay healthy. He's not very mobile, and yeah, also he can't play more than like 10 minutes. Trade AD, we don't need him. In your own words, KB, Russ is famous for making nobody look good. You said that. You're praising a guy who's getting paid $47 million to come off the bench, a sixth man. That's what we traded for, to be the sixth man. Again, how is that Russ's fault? I praise Russ for the role that he's in and for the willingness to accept it. There are so many guys that did. I mean, look at Melo. Look at AI. AI probably would have played another 5 years in the league if he just accepted the bench role, but he wouldn't. There are so many guys that refused to accept and were out of the league because they didn't want to humble themselves. And Russ was willing to make that sacrifice and humble himself. I'm with you on the Whiteside, brother. We don't need a backup for AD. We need a backup for Thomas, and hopefully after tonight, all the Turner lovers will know. We already have one in Thomas, exactly. And Turner hasn't been very good. Like, he's kind of regressed back into like normal, back into reality. Even today, he was terrible today. Look, Thomas Bryant is great. He is what we need. Play the 4, he play the 5. Perfect. I love him. I love winning Gabriel. I think we're great. Go get Whiteside. Bring him in. He can kind of weather the storm until AD gets back. He also gives us a different look from Winning and Thomas Bryant. Maybe try to unload Damian Jones for some salary or something. But I think that they need to take a look at Winning. I really do. Hopefully they do. No way LeBron at age 37 shouldn't be playing better than Russ. The man is about to be 38 years old, outplaying most of these young NBA guys. I mean, that's why he's arguably the greatest player of all time. He's a legit defender. He is. I'm telling you, he's our best on-ball defender. He's incredible. He's incredible. Lakers need to trade Westbrook, Nunn, and Beverly. We'll see. We'll see what options arise. Hopefully something happens. If you said Christie was the best ball defender in preseason, you definitely called it. He reminded me of Trevor Ariza. Prime Ariza, he's lengthy with good instinct. Yes. No, I mean, well, granted, no, I think we no, because I said it in Summer League, so I don't think we had Patrick Beverly yet. And so, yeah, I said that. And then afterwards, and when we saw I was like, okay, this guy's the best. Just because, like, even when you watched him in Summer League, his closeouts and the way that he just, it was just mad. You're just like, man. And then I was like, I wonder if he can keep that up. I was like, he might be our best on-ball defender this year, and he's going to earn minutes just on his defense. And then we got to Summer League or preseason, exact same thing. And I was like, yeah, this kid's going to end up playing. I'm like, this kid's going to be good. He's just got to start hitting his shots. And I also said, which he looks better too. One of the things that I said was that Christie looks like a guy trying to make the team, but he's already on the team. And he needs to calm down and kind of let the game come to him, which is not uncommon for young guys, right? He's 19 years old. He's a kid, right? So it happens, right? And one of the big things that I got across or trying to get across was that, like, as soon as he kind of settles in and he can kind of, because he has a good looking shot, all that stuff, and he can kind of just like let the game come to him and just take a breath. I was like, he's going to be a real problem. He's going to be a guy for the Lakers. And that's exactly what's happened. And like, you just see him, go watch him in preseason and even Summer League. Go look at those, go watch him in Summer League and in preseason, and then watch him now. It's night and day. It's night and day. He looks more comfortable. He looks relaxed. He's got the green light. So he gets the ball. He doesn't even hesitate, doesn't even think about it. Boom. Ball's up, bucket. Like, I love it. I'm just saying, he got to flourish with whoever, because you said that it's a special. Oh, you're talking to KB. Let's see. When the we us begins, time for me to bounce. I'll let you, boy. All right, Raven, I appreciate you. You're awesome. $47 million to play a role. Everyone plays a role. Even LeBron plays a role. If Russ gives you 15, 8, and 8, that's perfect. I agree. I'd like him to get to 15, 8, and 8. Let's see. Sign Boogie or Hassan Whiteside. I really would like Hassan Whiteside. I really would. It's actually funny how you say we need Russ to be a 10-10-10. Guy reminds me of a certain ball boy that was drafted by the Lakers 5-ish years ago. I mean, yeah. Let's see. Wild thought. We kill it so much with late picks and unrestricted free agents. Maybe we don't need a first as much. I see AR-15, Christie, Pippen, long-term players. Hope we don't let them go as we always do. Yeah, I agree. Our scouting department is just fantastic. It really is. It's so good. And I mean, again, you don't want to just give away the first round picks. And look, Rob Pelinka has shown that he's willing to trade the picks, right? I mean, he offered a first for Bojan Bogdanovic, so he's clearly willing to trade the picks. It's just, it has to be it has to be a deal that makes sense. Russ is a high volume scorer, but we already have a more efficient high volume scorer in Braun. We need Russ to play point guard. That's what he's doing. Exactly, Sammy. Exactly. Actually like Schroeder tonight, Tyler. I just think we need two to three more buckets and more penetration. I mean, we don't know each other. How am I supposed? Oh, you're talking to that. Yeah. So like, here's the thing. I said this in a video, I believe yesterday. So like, if you look at our roster, we have the 4 and 5 locked up, in my opinion. You got Winning Gabriel, LeBron James, Anthony Davis, Thomas Bryant. Boom. 4 and 5 locked up. I love it. We have the point guard locked up. Dennis Schroeder, Russell Westbrook. Boom. I love it. We have the 2 guard locked up. Walker and Austin Reeves. Boom. Even Max Christie. You could even have Max Christie to that, right? He deserves some minutes, right? So boom. We have every position locked up and good and effective except for the 3 spot. The 3 spot is the only position that we don't have reliable guys on. If we could go get 1 or 2 guys that could play the 3, this team could make some noise. This team could be scary. Because, again, you got LeBron and Winning Gabriel, perfect 4s for us. Thomas Bryant, Anthony Davis, perfect 5s for us. You got Dennis Schroeder, Russell Westbrook, perfect guards for us. And then got Walker and Reeves and Christie as your 3 shooting guards. Perfect. Love it. Each guy can play defense. Each guy can knock down the 3. Everything you need. Then we just need the 3 spot. So if we can get a couple 3s, I think this team could be serious. That's a great point. I saw someone say something like that about how Lakers have a high hit rate with late first round picks, second round picks. So that makes trading the first round picks more justifiable. Absolutely, they do. I mean, most of their talent that they've traded were either late first or second round picks or undrafted. You know, like Alex Caruso, Kyle Kuzma, like guys like that. Sorry, trying to find something to me. We need Boyan, Turner, or Cousins. I would rather Hassan Whiteside. But yes, Boyan would be nice. The team won. Facts. Are you going to do a NFL playoff prediction when the seedings are done as it stands? Not on this channel, but I do have As It Stands, which is my mother channel, which if you're not subscribed to that channel, go subscribe to that channel. I'd really appreciate it. But yeah, that channel, definitely. I even wanted to make a video about the Raiders today because they had like a crazy game. I don't know if anyone saw it, but I got caught up and I didn't really have time to do it. But anyway, yes, I do want to do that. But yeah, I do have a mother channel that if it wasn't for that channel, I probably wouldn't have this channel. So if you could go subscribe to that. As It Stands is just the name of that. And then this is As It Stands Lakers. And subscribe here. I'm on the road to 7K, trying to hit 7K by the end of the year. We're 13 days away, and I still need 439 subscribers. 459 subscribers. So hit that subscribe button. There's 100 of you in this stream, so that would be nice if you guys could hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. Only takes a second. Lakers require maximum effort to win the games. Agree. They really do. We need them to basically, 100% game in and game out. Our margin for error is very, 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 very small. Very small. It really is. And that's a big issue for the Lakers in general. You know what I mean? It really is. Got some super chats. First, Shep coming in hot with the $5 super chat for the Best Lakers channel. Thank you so much, Shep. I really do appreciate you. You're awesome. Hey, we don't always agree, but that's the beauty, right? It's the beauty of sports and just having the conversations. But I always enjoy our conversations. I always enjoy our back and forth and our little poking at each other and stuff like that. It's great. I'm very thankful. I'm very blessed to be in this position and have all you people that want to sit here and listen to me talk Lakers and have conversations with you and stuff like that. And this stuff means a ton. Seriously. Thank you. Thank you for the Best Lakers channel. I mean, seriously, that's, I haven't been doing this long. It's been like 5-6 months, something like that, but I am. I'm trying to grow, trying to build, trying to be a reliable spot for everyone, to just have conversations, have fun. That's what it's all about. Like I always say, I'm just some dude, just a fan like all of you that just loves talking Lakers, So I appreciate you. And Reginald coming in hot with the $5 super chat. Thank you so much to you as well. I like Christie. Played within himself, gave us a lift, and he can score. Needs more minutes. Thomas Bryant, horrible second quarter, stepped up big in the fourth quarter. Yeah, look, I mean, these guys are asked to come in and play roles and do things that, they wouldn't have to do otherwise. And they have done a solid job, in my opinion. I really love what we've seen from them. And it's just getting more comfortable, finding that role, finding that position, and getting just improving, right? Game in, game out. And this is good. I mean, worst case scenario, these guys are just getting better and fitting into their roles and fitting into the schemes in general. And when AD comes back, if we get those pieces, all of those things now just gives us more production from those guys, because now those guys are going to have the confidence, are going to be able to step up, are going to be able to make the play, all of those things. And that is really huge. That is big in general. So I'm really excited for that. And can't wait to see how this continues and how this grows. Let's see. Big win. Great show. Well, thank you so much, BT. I appreciate you as always. Shooting is a skill. He's been playing basketball for however long with the same form, I'm sure. You can't just magically change that mechanics. And this man's yeah, exactly. This man. Stop saying Russ is the reason AD been balling. He was balling over here long before Russ was thought about. He was just playing injured. Look, AD is absolutely doing a lot on his own. But, example is 55-point game. Russ accounted for half of those points. Russ and AD's chemistry is fantastic. LeBron and AD don't even have the chemistry that Russ and him have right now. I don't know what that is, but Russ is a huge factor. He is. Timberwolves scored 100 points and 50 points with 2 starters, 3 reserves. No shut up. Tyler got some money. Yes, and I'm very thankful. I'm very appreciative. Like I said, I don't do this for it. I do it for the conversations because I love it. And for the subscriptions. Subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed to the channel. Hit that subscribe button. It really does help me out. And I really am trying to hit that goal of 7K. That'd be fantastic. So hit that subscribe button. Like this video. It really does help. But yeah, I mean, like I said, I don't do this for super chat stuff like that. I do it just because I enjoy talking to you guys. I enjoy having these conversations. Do I want super chats? Of course, right? I'm trying to do this to make money. That's what, if you're a YouTuber, that's the goal. But I genuinely enjoy just having these conversations with everyone and going through the chats and, whether we agree, whether we disagree, it's just a fun conversation, right? And it's great to have a community where we can all just kind of come together and have these talks. It's cool. I love it. And that's what I want to continue to be. Let's see. That's right, Jay. Don't forget to like, comment, and sub for my boy. We got y'all entertained over here. Facts. At the end of the day, that's all I want. Your subscription. It's free. Hit that subscribe button. Like this video. I'd appreciate you. Tyler, you got to stop bringing up LeBron every time someone talks about Russ. Bad play because LeBron won a championship everywhere he went. 4 times MVP. Look, again, LeBron is LeBron. He is arguably, if not the greatest player ever. But I use it as a comparison because he's the best player to compare. What am I going to do? I'm going to compare Russ to Reeves or Russ to, whomever. It's just because LeBron and Russ are playing or supposed to be playing similar roles. People forget Bron wants Russ here because AD can't stay on the floor. But yeah, I mean, LeBron's the one that went and got Russ, right? He was the one that said, hey, come get me. I want him. Rob Pelinka had Buddy Hield, and even DeMar DeRozan said, I thought the deal was done and I was going to Lakers. And LeBron and AD had other plans because LeBron doesn't want to play on the ball when he's best on the ball, when he is our point guard. Plus minus is the most BS stat in the world. It is. It doesn't tell the whole story for everything because there's just so many factors that you don't have control over. As long as we can stay 500 without AD, we should rejoice. Agreed. So far, we're 1.5, right? We got 1.5 games, so that's good. without. I mean, that Denver game was huge. Do the Spurs deal, then trade Pat Bev and none for a point guard. I still don't think you really need a point guard because you're gonna have LeBron be the point guard in playoffs. You got Dennis Schroeder, Austin Reeves can handle the ball a bit. Even if you did trade all three of them, I think you'd be fine. Personally, Coach Ham, love and affection of Pat Bev. It's like you with Westbrook, just messing with you. No, I get it. No, look, I don't understand that at all. Like, it drives me crazy. Like, sure, if you want to play Pat Bev, sure, but like to start him every game, it's just it drives me crazy. Traded Kuzma in a first for Russ. Now we trying to get Kuzma back. Look at it, wasn't the plan. It wasn't the plan to go get him, but ain't no way we trying to get Kuz back. I don't think he's good for a good fit with LeBron James. I disagree. I mean, he's a 3-and-D sizable wing that can play both forward spots. I think he'd be great. I mean, he worked great with LeBron and AD last time, right? They won a championship together, and he was a big part of that. It's really easy. Put the man back as starting point guard, increase his minutes, use his rate, and live with the ups and downs like you do every other star. The man literally leads his team to postseasons as the point guard. He's not a shooting guard. That's true. He's not a shooting guard. I commend his character. He just did everything they asked. $47 million. Look, like I said, I mean, I get it. It's frustrating that he makes $47 million, but again, he can't control that. They asked the man to change his game, and he did. He did everything that's asked of him. Wait, bro, how though Russ averaging 28 minutes per game and averaging 3.6 turnovers let game, and LeBron averaging 36 minutes, 3.2 turnovers per game, not even close. Russ on a 36 would be averaging 4.6. Like I said, Russ is still turning the ball over. I never said he isn't turning the ball over. Sure, like, should he do a better job? And, if he had his usage rate, like, he's still turning over he'd be turning over. He'd have one more assist than LeBron James. That's still not good, right? I mean, LeBron's still averaging almost 4. So it's not, it's still, my point still stands. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't change my point, which is LeBron is still turning the ball over at just almost nearly as much. And even last year it was the same thing. Like, look, I don't like the turnovers, period. Like, ideally I would love for Russ to have 1 or 2 turnovers a game, but you also got to think assists. Russ is the assist leader, right? So he's handling the ball, he's getting the assists. I mean, it just depends on how you compare it all. But again, I mean, LeBron is fantastic. Reginald coming in hot with the $5 super chat. Thank you so much. Trade docs all day. Maybe we should test more of the D League. Scottie Pippen, Cole Sniper. My problem with the problem is you got to get off the guards, right? Like, if you're gonna bring, like, if we traded Pat Bev, Kendrick Nunn, and if we basically traded our 3 guards, Patrick Beverley, Kendrick Nunn, and Russell Westbrook, then yeah, Brandon Scottie Pippen Jr. Cole Swider, I don't think you could trust him. I don't. Like, he's basically an open door on defense, and he'd have to shoot the lights out in order for that to happen. And on top of that, he gets lost and he looks lost at times. You got to understand, he's a rookie. It's his first year. He went undrafted for a reason. It's going to take a little time for him to kind of get back in the swing of things, but we'll see. Let's see. There's level to this. Okay, Tyler. Well said. Meek said it best. Yeah, there's levels to this. Everyone who says we don't have depth needs to thank Ham. Vogel had way more and didn't do. We're not deep, but because of good coaching, we're able to compete with any powerhouse. Yeah. Look, I still think Darvin Ham is better than Frank Vogel. I had no problems with them firing Frank Vogel. Come on, folks. This is really stuff. Russ is a point guard, or what's known as a scoring guard, not a shooting guard. Put Russ on the ball and start him. Yeah. I personally do like him off the bench. I do, because I just think he brings another element that we need. But I wouldn't mind it at all. It's because we buy jerseys and pay to watch on TV. You mean, is that to me? It's our team as fans. Players aren't without the fans you saw in the bubble. Yeah, absolutely. Oh, you guys got to be talking to each other. Okay. I was like, wait, I'm so lost right now. Sorry, trying to navigate. Would like to see LeBron James rest against the Suns. He might end up playing 40 minutes in a loss. We have to accept the loss as it is. I mean, I think you try to play the game. If it starts getting out of hand, you rest LeBron. Like I'd rather them start LeBron, and then if the game it starts getting carried away, say at halftime you're down 20, then don't bring Braun back. He has an ankle problem, whatever. I like Russ in his role, especially as a pass first guy. He just needs the right pieces around him, just like LeBron and AD do. Exactly. They do. He does. I'm telling you, if he had guys around him that could knock down shots, I think you'd see a different Russell Westbrook. Falling out was a blessing in disguise. Yeah, it might have been. Very well might have been. But he was actually pretty solid for us tonight. He wasn't great, but he was pretty solid. Christie has one of my favorite looking jumpers in the league, to be honest. Dude, he really does. He has such a clean shot. And I'm telling you, that starts happening. He starts knocking those down. That dude's going to be a problem. Dude is going to be a problem. Really wish we signed Kemba over Dennis. I don't think so, because Dennis at least plays solid D. Kemba's a liability out there. You said F the future once you decided to go into win now mode. Oh, I think somebody else. Sorry, trying to find something to me. Y'all need to stop hating on Russ. He came in specifically to back up Braun and AD, run the floor when LeBron's out. We got him as a third guy. Any other third guy puts up 28 and 8 is gold for any other team. And to be, yeah, exactly. I mean, again, his role is his role. Like, people want him to be the number one guy, but that's not his job. It's not what he's supposed to be. He's the third guy. Like, people weren't complaining when Chris Bosh was putting up 10 points in a game or having, it's just, he's the third guy. And he's not even the third guy. He's the sixth guy, right? So, I mean, that's a big difference, but people want him to be the one guy. I understand he's paid as a one, but that's not what we got him for. 420 shout out for Christie and Laker fans for win. Thank you so much, May. I really appreciate it. Coming in hot with the $2 super chat. Thank you so much for blessing me. And yes, we got it. We got the win. I will take it. I love it. And yeah, this was great all around. I lost my spot. Oh, here we go. Okay, found it. Boom. Here we go. Yes, but again, like the damn video. That's right, KB. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, all that stuff. We still have 130 people in the stream. Thank you all so much for hanging out with me. Seriously, I appreciate it. And if you enjoy the live stream, subscribe to the channel. Help me out. And like the video. Trade none for Jay Crowder. I don't believe the money matches, but also I don't think, even if it did, I don't think the Suns would do that. Let's see. What trade do you think would be best? If you're going with Patrick Beverley and Kendrick Nunn, currently, right? I mean, I still think the Hornets trade is probably the best for like PJ Washington, Kelly Oubre, if you can make that happen. But I would probably say the Spurs deal. Go get Jakob Poeltl and either Josh Richardson or Doug McDermott, one or the other. I think that would be the best deal. Get a center that can come in, start, great interior defender, do a lot of the things that we need, especially while Anthony Davis is out, that kind of thing. TB is better than Joel Embiid. Let's see. It's a fact. Russ has been in the postseason every year, except for until he came here. It's true. That one poster from TB on Dingus Pazingas, the one brings the especially. Yeah, dude, I love that play. I was hyped. I was sitting here watching that. I was like, oh, I was all excited. Wizards had Beal back tonight. It's a good one. It was. Facts. What do y'all think about none for Jay Crowder? Oh, I just got that. Just answered that. It's a solid trio. They are. They are. Let me see. Give Jay Huff a chance against Ayton. He would get eaten alive by Ayton. Look, I like Huff a lot, and I think he maybe one day could be a real guy for us in this team. But every time he's gotten NBA minutes, even last year they brought him up and gave him some run time, and he just looks lost. He just looks lost, and that's a big problem. We need wing defenders. We have scoring from Ron 80 Russ. Lonnie, none for Crowder would be perfect. We need a wing, period. Let's see. What's going on, Ghostface Fanatic? Appreciate you. How are you? Welcome. Thanks for being here. No Pat Bev tonight. A win. Exactly, yeah. No Pat Bev equals W. Let's see. No one. Oh, again, that's to them. Sorry, trying to find something to me. I would like to see Scottie Pippen Jr. Like I said, if we unloaded our guards, then yeah. Kuz is trash. He could score, but he needs a bunch of shots. I mean, I wouldn't say he's trash, but yeah, he would be better with a bunch of shots. I mean, who would pass up $47 million contract, Tyler? Would you if you were offered? No, I said the same thing. I don't know if you were here earlier when I said that. I literally said the exact same thing. I was like, Nate. I was like, there's not a single person in this live stream that would turn down $47 million. Like, again. Hell no, super chat person. What championship we aspiring with Pippen and Swider? We trying to elevate. Yeah, we need better than that person. I mean, look, like I said, I wouldn't mind. Like if we were like 5 games over 500, sure, like give them some spots, give them some burns, see if like one of them can light a fire. But you can't do it right now. I still think our bigs in a whole are better than our guards. Yeah, I agree. Give up an unprotected first or top 3 protected for Bogdan. I mean, hey, if they will. Again, it comes down to what the other team is willing to trade and if they're willing to trade. That's a big factor as well. That's something that means something, They say we need a big, but we got 80 LeBron Davis. I agree. I don't think we need a big personally. I think, like I said, if you look at our roster, in my opinion, you got the point guard position locked up with Schroeder and Russ. You have the 4 and the 5 spot locked up with Wynn and Gabriel, LeBron James, and then Anthony Davis and Thomas Bryant, right? Boom. You got 4 out of your 5 positions locked up because you also have the shooting guard with Lonnie, Austin Reeves, and now Max Christie. All you need is the wing. You go get a 3 spot. We need like 1 or 2 threes, and we're good. Give me 1 or 2 threes, and we're good. And then we are legit 10 deep. We got depth. We got everything. I can't believe that Vikings versus Colts game. That comeback was the best in NFL history. The Colts blew that lead big time. Dude, that was incredible. It was the largest comeback in NFL history. The one before that was 32 points by the Bills, and the Vikings came back down 33. They were down 33-0. Let's see. Sorry. Tom Brady did terrible in that game against the 49ers. Tom Brady's like, I don't know. He might need to retire. Poor guy. It is. It's rough. Who is better, Russell Westbrook or James Harden? Believe it or not, I'd actually trust, like, if they were solo players, like, on their own teams, I actually would trust Russ more than James Harden. James Harden, like, once you get to the playoffs, James Harden becomes a non-factor. We all over the place in the chat. We confuse the hell out of Tyler. It's fine. I can navigate it. I like I said, that's what this is about. It's a place for all of us to come together, talk, have fun, have conversations. I like seeing you guys, have the conversation. It is hard for me to like navigate it, but it's all right. I'm willing to do it for all of you. I'm willing to do it for all of you because you guys are awesome. Did you see pass LeBron through to Thomas Bryant, Mason Betts? Yeah, fantastic. Fantastic. I loved it. What's going on, Problem Child? How are you? Appreciate you. What's up? Well, thanks for being here. Appreciate you. Would you bring DeMarcus Cousins? Personally, I wouldn't. I'd rather go Hassan Whiteside. I just think that one, DeMarcus Cousins, he's not very quick, can't really move very well. Two, injury prone, extremely injury prone, and three, you really can't play that guy more than like 10 to 15 minutes a game, which was the problem Denver had at times and why Joker still had to have such a huge usage rate. So yeah, personally, I would rather them go with like Hassan Whiteside. That's just me though. But yeah. May coming in hot with the $5 super chat. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. I love Russ, but he could have fixed the homeless crisis here in LA with all the breaks tonight. I'm out. Please subscribe, man. Answers all our stuff. Yes, thank you so much, mate. I do. I appreciate it. That was a good one. And thank you so much for the $5 super chat. Seriously, I really do. I appreciate it. You guys are awesome. Yes, and subscribe to the channel. That's free. It doesn't even cost you $5 like May did. It's just as simple as taking 10 seconds to hit the like and subscribe, and I'd really appreciate it. It would be very kind. Very kind. But where were we? We were appreciate the content. Well, thank you. I appreciate you for hanging out and listening. I do. I try to get out videos daily for everyone to have fun and just conversate. Right? That's what it's all about. It's what it's about when it comes to sports. I think Harden is a better scorer, but Russ is a better playmaker. Agreed. But I factor in like playoffs, right? Like James Harden, that dude is a no-show every time we're in the playoffs. Every time. Who are the best players deals we could get at the trade deadline for Pat Bev? None. And Duvers plus a second. I mean, based on like the rumors and reports, again, we don't really know what is for certain. You never really know. You're just going off of like word that's getting around. But my throat's getting dry. But you could do the Spurs deal, like Jakob Poeltl and Josh Richardson or Doug McDermott. Do Hornets like PJ Washington, Kelly Oubre, if they would trade that. Bojan Bogdanovic. There's several players that you could get. Personally, I would look at, I mean, obviously if you get Bojan, you get Bojan. But like, let's say everything's the same price. Probably would look at PJ and Kelly Oubre just because I think they're more of a need. Because you get multiple wings rather than one, or like maybe the Spurs deal with AD out right now, something like that. Let's see. Gil Cam Tyler has a ton of videos. Go subscribe and check them out. Yes, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Yes, thank you. Here we go. When do you think LeBron retires? Do you think he's got a few more seasons, or do you think he retires? No, I think he's got at least probably. Well, I mean, he's with the Lakers for at least another 2 seasons. So very likely at least 2 years. I think he I mean, the way he's playing, he could probably play at least another 3 to 5 years, which sounds insane, right? But I mean, like, look at Vince Carter. Vince Carter played. Granted, he wasn't playing at this level, but I mean, he was able to play in the league till he was 42. So, that is also a possibility. Lakers need Whiteside and 2 or 3 guys. Then we get. I agree. I would love to get Hassan Whiteside. I think that would be fantastic. I want to see more TBAR, Braun, Walker, Westbrook. Yeah, I wouldn't mind that at all. Nunn and Bev plus 27 pick for Boogie Bay, waiting for Crowder and buyout. If both happen, we lock deep run. I would love that. If that could become a reality, I am all for it. TB with the big threes. Yeah, he was fantastic. He really was. He was fantastic tonight. He really was. Bro, looking through the chat like it's a corn maze. Respect for being able to keep up. Well, thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, try to navigate. It definitely is like a corn maze, but like I said, I love it. I love it. Like that's what this is all about, right? Everyone in the chat participating, having conversations, enjoying, having back and forth. That's why I do this. That's why I do this. Soccer is the best sport in the world by far. This worldwide these fans series. I don't know. I love me some basketball. Bryant should shoot more threes. Yeah, I mean you don't want him taking 10 threes a game, but I wouldn't mind that thing. Dude, Shep. Oh man, don't remind me. Dude, I would have won so much money today if the Cowboys. I just needed them to win. Just win. Just win the game. I would have made so much money today. It would have been a beautiful day. And I even in-played them when they were down because I was like, oh, they're going to come back and win the game. And they let them – they come back, they take the lead, go in overtime, and they lose in overtime on a pick six. Oh, my God. Although I did kind of get my revenge back in the Raider game. I had the Raiders, and I was like, damn, I'm going to lose this money. Like, because once again, the Raiders go do that. And then Raiders came back, and I was like, I'm going to throw a little more money on them, even though I'm probably going to lose it. Maybe I get lucky and they win in overtime. And then the Patriots do the lateral thing for why, I don't know. And I won, and I was like, oh, let's go. It was great. What is the biggest blowout in NBA history? Have you seen anyone score 200? I mean, was it All-Star game? I've seen that. But I believe the biggest blowout in NBA history is like 65 points, something like that. 65, 62 points, something like that. It was something like 120 to 60, something like that. 125 to 60, I think it was. I've actually looked it up before. I'd love to see the Lakers run more sets that give TB more opportunity to shoot the three because, man, when he's feeling it, he's fun to watch. Agreed. Like I said, I don't want him shooting. You don't want him shooting 10 threes a game. But, get him a couple looks. Like tonight, that corner three was really good for him. I would love that. Harden has showed us for years that he just doesn't want to win. Yeah, I don't know what is up with him. He just is a no-show. Why wasn't Russ used in crunch time? He wasn't having the best game. I mean, he had a solid game, but he wasn't having the best game. I'm going to support you. That's why I always try to make these streams as well, even though I'm not a basketball guy, but am going to support this channel. Well, thank you, Ghostface Fanatic. Seriously, you're awesome. As always, I appreciate you. And all my channels and everything that you do. Seriously, you're great. You're great. Do you not get tired of the same questions and statements? Props to you. No, I mean, it comes with the territory, right? It comes with, having these open discussions, these open conversations, and not just that, but doing a live stream, people come in at different times, so I might get asked a question and answer it earlier, and then people trickle in and then, ask the question again because they didn't hear the question earlier and stuff like that. It comes with the territory. Like I said, I don't mind it. I don't mind it at all. It doesn't bother me. I mean, that's what it's all about. Like I said, I do this to have these conversations. I don't do this for any other reason. Believe me. Trying to find. I'm just glad AR was able to come back. Hope nothing serious with his ankle. Walker 2. Agreed. Hopefully they'll be all right. Hopefully, because we're gonna need them. Even if we disagree about Stu returning and Screeves, everyone has their own opinions. I respect your opinion and the beauty of films, everyone. But that's what it's all about. We're all different. We all have different perspectives, different point of views, different ideas, all of that stuff. You got it. It's all about the conversation. It's all about fun. That's all it's about. It's just having fun, having a good time. Cut Damian Jones, sign Melo. Unfortunately, you can't cut Damian Jones because he has a 2-year deal with the player option. Reeves with a Daniel Russo-like performance. Yeah. Thomas Bryant on a vet minimum, better than Miles Turner, 2027 pick and $100 million contract. I actually agree with that. I just don't think we need that. Probably that Memphis game last year when they won by 50 without a shot. Yeah, I do remember that game. But no, I'm pretty sure it's I think it's like a it's like one of those like Dallas Detroit games or something like that. Whoops. Um, tied for first, it was Denver and New Orleans, but what was the score? That's what I want to know. Tied for first, Denver and New Orleans, able to. Oh, look at that. Yeah, so I actually was close. It was 121 to 63. I said it was 125 to 60, so I wasn't that far off. But yeah, largest margin of victory was Denver won 121 to 63 in a game where New Orleans' highest scoring quarter was 24 points. The Hornets did not eclipse 15 points in any other three quarters. David West led the team with 14 points. The Nuggets, on the other hand, had 7 scorers hit double digits, including Carmelo Anthony with 26 points. So yeah, there you go. Now you all know. And then tied for first was St. Louis Hawks at Minneapolis Lakers in 1956, March 9th, 1956. When was the Melo one? 2009 was the Melo one, was the Nuggets one. And this one was 133 to 75. Bob Pettit led the St. Louis with 14 points while held the record in 2 games in the division. The Lakers blew out. Yes, the Lakers blew out the Hawks. Interesting. Tyler, what's your thoughts on these Kuzma rumors? I don't mind it. I think it comes down to the price. Like, I wouldn't want to give an unprotected first or 2 firsts or anything crazy like that. But I mean, if you could get them for like a protected, top 10 protected or something like that, then I wouldn't mind it. I think he helps, right? He's a sizable wing, can play both forward spots. It's not my favorite acquisition, but I wouldn't mind it. Like, I wouldn't be like if tomorrow we woke up and we got that news. I wouldn't be upset about it. Instead of 4 guards and LeBron James, how bad can 3 guards and LeBron and Jones be? I don't know, pretty bad. And he doesn't play defense. Yeah, he either has to shoot the lights out or he's kind of a liability out there. Do you know a street baller named Professor? Absolutely. He's a street basketball player. He has some good moves. Yes, I love the Professor. He's awesome. Professor has a YouTube channel too that I watch from time to time. Let's see. AR-15 and Lonnie are great for us. Sorry, give me a second. They are both start shooting 39% from 3 this year and play solid defense. Agree. They are fantastic for us. I hate everything about the Lakers, about the front office of the Lakers. It's been over a year, and we can't make a trade that makes sense. Hopefully they get something done. I know it is rough. Probably some old ass game. Yeah, well, you're not far off. Austin Reeves says he intends to play through the ankle soreness tomorrow, but surely the medical staff will see how it responds overnight. Okay, that'll be interesting. Should have been in the NBA. Has dribble moves. The professor actually talked about that. He said I don't remember exactly what it was, but he said that there was a reason. Like because he had opportunities to like try out stuff like that, but he just he liked what he was doing at the time, and he was actually making money where he would have had to go to college or go to like a circuit or something like that, and like he didn't get paid at that time, and he was making too much money to like just basically play for free. David West, yeah, that was basically forever ago. Yeah, 2009. Didn't want to be in the shadows again, though. Yeah, he did say that. He wants his own light. He wants to burn bright. The Spurs will waive off Stanley Johnson, and the Lakers will sign Stanley Johnson. I actually wanted to make a video about that because there were talks that the reason the Spurs went and signed Stanley Johnson was to add him to the package to trade with the Lakers. And I was actually going to make that video today, and then we got the Anthony Davis news, so I was like, I got to make videos about that. And I have a couple other videos that I want to talk about in regards to the Anthony Davis thing, so we'll see. We'll see how it goes, but I definitely want to make that video too. But anyway, I got to the end of the chat. Oh, Lord, here comes Daryl. But anyway, I got to the end of the chat, so I just wanted to power through this and get everyone's questions answered and stuff like that. This last one, he would be great in the NBA. He would break ankles. I wonder how he would do against Steph Curry. It would be interesting. It definitely would. It would be interesting. How would you react if Jake suddenly switched teams to the Celtics? Hey, I mean, to each their own. But no, that ain't going to happen. We got the Laker channel, so he's committed to that, which is awesome. But anyway, again, thank you all so very much for hanging out with me. Subscribe to the channel. I'm at 50. I'm at 65, 45. Can I get 5 subscribers? There's 125 of you in this live stream. that would be awesome if I could get that. Get me to 6550. We're on the road to 7K. I'd love to hit that by the end of the year, especially in such a short amount of time. That would be fantastic. So take a second, please, if you enjoyed these discussions. We always do the post game. I also try to do live streams randomly here and there when I can. So subscribe to the channel, like the video, all that stuff. And thank you all so very much again for hanging out with me. You guys are awesome. And I will see you all in the next